Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming the makeup look that I was wearing in my favorites video from a few days ago. It's just a very fresh spring look and skin is very glowy and luminous and everything. So let's get right into it. Thumbs up the video if you like spring tutorials and you're excited for spring. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prep my skin using the Too Faced Hangover RX primer, which I love, you guys know, is so good. And I painted my nails. It is an OPI shade, Strawberry Margarita. It's great. OPI nail polishes last a really long time. 6 brush. It's just a flat top brush. I'm going to pump some of the primer onto the brush. Just buff it into this. Got my trusty mirror over here. Just gonna dab it onto the skin and just work it into the skin. And this primer is going to make our foundation last all day and make our skin just very luminous. I'm going to use my Revlon Colorstay foundation in the shade Nude. This is the normal to dry formula, and I'm going to use the same brush that I used before for my primer. Sorry about the cap, it's a little gnarly, but this is going to take 2 pumps of that onto my brush. I'm going to buff that into the skin, and this is just going to make it also very luminous, and I mentioned this in my favorites video. If you haven't seen that, I will link it in the description below. Another few pumps of this, just because I like medium to full coverage. So the next step is concealer, and I'm going to use my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla, and this is just a really great concealer. I just use it for face concealing, so just down the bridge of the nose, above the eyebrow, on the forehead, wherever I want some extra highlight. And this is a very heavy coverage. So this is a very heavy coverage concealer. So I don't like to use it under my eyes because it gets cakey and everything. So the concealer I'm going to use under my eyes is the LA Pro Girl Conceal in the shade Classic Ivory. This is a really great everyday concealer. So it has peachy tones in it, which cancels out dullness under the eye. So just taking this concealer, take my Real Techniques beauty sponge and just dab it, use this to blend in my concealer. And this is going to help us with any dryness, put more moisture back into the skin, because I have normal to dry skin, and I've been finding dry patches on my face. Concealer will basically cling to my dry patches, and I've never had that happen before. So if you guys have any recommendations for that, for dry patches, leave them down in the comments, because I don't like dry patches. I mean, I use a moisturizer and everything, but I don't know if it's actually helping or what. So leave your recommendations in the comments. It would be greatly appreciated. So now I'm just buffing my whole face, actually, just to make sure the skin has some more moisture, is what I'm saying. Okay. So now I'm going to take my trusty Coty Airspun powder, which I love so much. It's the only thing that will set my under eye concealer. The translucent extra coverage one, and I'm going to dab it underneath. I'm just going to be baking under my eyes. And down the nose a little bit, on the forehead, on the chin, and then where I'm going to contour. Has spring sprung for any of you yet? Does it feel like spring anywhere where you guys live? Because it is where I live, for sure. Now I'm going to set the rest of my face using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and I'm going to apply that with my E53 brush, 3 brush from Morphe. So I'm just going to take a little bit, just dab where we don't have the Coty Airspun. And then I'm going to take some more, just dust off the Coty Airspun. Why not? So now I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus and just spray down my face to get rid of excess powder. So while the MAC Fix Plus, I'm going to take my Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC and I'm going to apply that to my eyelids. I'm using my E20 brush by Morphe. So this just cancels out veins and redness and all that. So now I'm going to use my Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette, and I'm going to apply the first shadow. I'm going to set my eyeshadow primer using Divinity, which is this white shade right here. I'm going to set that. I'm using a Morphe M514. Quite good. It's really good at like getting in the crease and things, but I'm just using it to set my eyeshadow. I'm going to take the same brush, the M514, and I'm going to take Mocha from the Chocolate Bonbons palette and just put that in the crease. This is a really easy, everyday look. Everyday spring. I'm just buffing that in, and as you can see, this brush really gets in there. Really gets in the crease. So. Take my E27 by Morphe, and I'm going to go in with Bordeaux, which is a shadow right next to Mocha, just a brown, and we're going to put dark reddish brown and tap off the excess and put that in the corner, the outer V of the eye, just to define it more. And then I'm going to drag just whatever's left into the crease to give it more depth. 35 brush from Sigma, and just blend out the Bordeaux out a little bit. You want to do this so everything's seamless and there are no harsh lines. I'm just doing circular motions on the outer corner and then windshield wiper motions in the crease, lightly. Morphe M441 brush, and I'm going to dip into the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette, and I'm going to use salted caramel. I'm going to apply that to my upper crease just to make it a little bit lighter. Next, I'm going to take my Sigma E55 brush. It's a short shader brush. I'm going to be using Marzipan all over the lid right here. Just this nice shimmery shade. And I'm going to be dipping my brush in. So I'm going to be spraying the brush with MAC Fix Plus. Just to intensify the shadow. Now I'm just putting this all over the lid. Do the same, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And I'm just using patting motions because you don't want to swipe, otherwise the eyeshadow underneath it Use my M441 brush, and I'm going to go back into the Bomb Bombs palette, and I'm going to use Bordeaux again, just to deepen the outer corner. What we're doing is just marrying Marzipan with Bordeaux. Then I'm going to take my Sigma brush that I used before, the E35, and blend. Next, I'm going to take my E36 brush by Morphe, and I'm going to dip into Mocha, and then a little bit of Salted Caramel will be on the outer corner. No, sorry, the E18. I'm using the E36 by Morphe. I'm just blending out the lower lash line. So now I'm going to take my E30 brush by Morphe, and what a surprise, and I'm going to take Divinity, clean up around the brow bone, just to clean up any harsh lines that we may have. So now I'm going to take my M433 brush by Morphe, and I'm going to take Satin Sheets, highlight the brow bone and the inner corner. I'm going to take my E shader again, use the clean side, and put a little bit of Satin Sheet, because Marzipan wasn't enough. Just to intensify. Living. Do you see that? Ah! It's glorious! Glorious! So glorious. I can't. I say that all the time, but living. Okay. So, the next, I am now going to curl my lashes using my Tarte eyelash curler and curl the lashes. For mascara, I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which I love. Love Too Faced so much. They're probably my favorite high-end makeup brand. Too Faced, keep doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is amazing. I just love how this makes my lashes look living. You don't need falsies with this mascara. No falsies needed. For my lower lashes, I'm going to take my favorite mascara for the lower lash line, which is the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara. So good. It does a great job of separating the lashes and making them just voluminous. Fresh Spring. I'm going to add just a little bit more of the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I'm going to take my Rimmel Waterproof Kajal Pencil in the shade Nude. This is from the Exaggerate line. That in my waterline. This is going to awaken our eyes and make them more open. Now the eyes are done, so this is what you should have. Just a nice, fresh spring look. Next step is bronzer. So I'm going to take my Physicians Formula Bronzer Booster and my M527 by Morphe. I'm going to apply this to my face. Don't forget the ears. For highlight, I'm going to take my M310 brush by Morphe, my go-to highlighter brush, and my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Champagne Pop. What else is new? I hit pan on it. Look at that. So sad. Makeup lovers, cry with me? Really? So sad. I love this highlight so much. It's really easy to go overboard with highlighter, but you know what? We want to shine. Why not go overboard? I do every day. So I'm just down the bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, and the chin. Basically everywhere. Maybe even the décolleté. So now you should be basically highlighted to the gods, and astronauts in space should see you. So my E4 brush and my Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in Exposed. This is so good. I love Tarte's blushes. Oh, they stay on for ages. I'm just applying that to the apples of my cheeks. For contour, I'm going to use the NYX Highlighting and Contour Palette, using the M530 brush from Morphe, and mixing these two shades right here. Making fishy faces. That's what you gotta do. I'm going to take my NYX finishing powder in the shade Banana and clean up under our contour using the E48 brush by Morphe, which is the small tapered brush. I love Morphe brushes so much. Like, I went to their store in Burbank, California. Oh, it was so good. I was so happy because I've always wanted to go there, and I was like, yes, I finally get to go and experience Morphe, the store, and it was amazing. I'm also going to put this underneath, just a little bit underneath my eye, to brighten. And yeah, it was just amazing. I was so excited to be there. I think I was the happiest person in line. I itself is so small. Like, I didn't know how it was that small, but they only have one store, which is crazy to me because they're such a big company now. Like, people know them. Like, YouTubers talk about them. So I mean, if I were them, I think they are actually expanding to other, and yeah. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna do my brows now. So I'm gonna take my Sony Cash spoolie and just brush my eyebrow through my eyebrows. Next, I'm going to take my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper and just brush that through my brows. Been really enjoying the natural brow look, so because my brows are really thick right now and I haven't had time to get them waxed, so. And again, taking my Sonia Cash exfoliant, brushing it out just to distribute the product evenly. 13 brush from Morphe, and contour my nose. Contour with my NYX palette, NYX contour palette. I love this thing so much. So I'm gonna go in with the shade right here and contour. Take my E53 brush that we used before for powdering, and I'm going to take a little bit of my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish and just soften the contour. Now I'm going to take my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Just spray the face so everything lasts all day and all night. Now I'm going to take my chapstick, apply it. This is just the chapstick brand, and liking it a lot recently. And now I'm going to take my Kate Moss and Rimmel lipstick in the shade 17. And this is just a really pinky, florally, everyday lipstick. For lip gloss, since I can't go a day without lip, I'm going to take NYX lip gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie. That is all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and comment down below what you'd like to see next on this channel. See you all on Friday. Bye!